Hey guys, good morning and welcome to On the Patio with Mr. D. And again, we are on the patio of Celebration, and we are going to do a new Learning Together video today. And I'm actually going to be introducing you to a camera that's been out for a while, and it is called the Insta360 X4. Now I'll be running a side-by-side comparison of my X3 and the X4 today, and I'm going to be doing a few tests with it. And the cool thing is that you really don't have to worry about placing your camera in a specific way because it's covering 360 degrees, so you can do it in post. So it's not a big deal at all. I'll be working with the big 9-foot selfie stick today, and I'm working with the 2-in-1 tripod right now. So anyway, we're going to get out there and kind of do our thing and see what happens. Right now, guys, I got these cameras set up kind of differently, and it's kind of an unfair advantage. I have the X3 set at 5.7K, and I have the X4 set at 8K. So that's kind of an unfair advantage, but that's the reason I upgraded, was for the 8K versus the 5.7K. And I've watched so many videos on this thing, and the clarity of imagery is so high. So this is the way I'm going to go. Now I do have the X4 hooked up to my Rode mic using the X4 mic adapter, and you see the mic right here. And I also brought along my Insta360 Go 3S, and to be able to show you guys the setup that I'm using right now, and this is it, and it's kind of really cool. So anyway, hey, we're going to get our walk in because it's going to get hot, and they are setting up, if you can see over here, they're setting up for their weekly farmers market. So it kind of gets a little bit insane here, and they block all the roads, and for some reason the Starbucks is closed. I don't know what the heck is going on there, but anyway, hey, we'll be back in a bit. What I'm doing now, guys, is kind of just doing a walkabout, and you can hold this thing pretty much anywhere because it doesn't matter where the lenses are placed, and that's what's so cool about this whole thing. Now I'm going to do is go up to my truck and take the X3 and the X4 off this mount, and then go to the 9-foot mount and use that for the rest of the Celebration review section. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll be back in just a little while. Enjoy the scenery. I'm recording. So what I'm doing now, guys, is kind of just doing a walkabout, and you can hold this thing pretty much anywhere because it doesn't matter where the lenses are placed, and that's what's so cool about this whole thing. Now I'm going to do is go up to my truck and take the X3 and the X4 off this mount, and then go to the 9-foot mount and use that for the rest of the Celebration review section. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll be back in just a little while. Enjoy the scenery. Now what I'm using here, guys, is that Insta360, and I think it's a 9-foot retractable carbon fiber pole. And I've used it, I've had it before for my X3. And the cool thing is you can get some almost like drone shots. And you know, drones have been so highly regulated lately that I just quit flying them. I used to fly them all the time back in the day, but I don't do that now because of all the stupid regulations, and you can't fly here and you can't fly there. So I found out, and you know, when I flew drones, I wasn't going up, you know, 300-400 feet, going out 2-3 miles. I wasn't doing that. I was just going like 35-40 feet up, 50 feet up, and flying over the kayak and stuff like that. But every time I went into a state park or a national park or anything like that, nope, can't do it. So that kind of upset me a little bit. All right, what I'm finding out, guys, is that the remote, wow, look at all this water. This has not been here. Like, we've had so much rain that it's brought up a lot of our water tables way, way up. In fact, you heard me, I always go to Apopka Wildlife Drive. Right now it's closed because of roads flooding. You can't get in there. So they've got it all shut down. But what I found out with the remote watch, guys. Morning.
Good morning.
So what I found out, guys, with the remote watch is I cannot get it to share the screen. And I'm wondering if it's because it's 360. I'm going to go to photo mode real quick, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, what I just found out, guys, is I just hooked into my Apple Watch, and it operates and functions. You can change the modes, the speeds, all that kind of stuff on it. But for some reason, and I'm going to get hold of Insta360 and ask them why. Because the Apple Watch, it's operating right now and linked up to the X4 with no problems at all. And I was able to change 5.7 to 8K and all that kind of cool stuff. Hi guys, we're going to wrap it up out here at Celebration for part one of this review or learn together video. Found out a lot today. Found out that the Insta360 remote watch does link with it, but does not show monitor. What is shown on the monitor doesn't show it, and that's either in photo mode or 360 mode. So I'm not sure. I'm going to find out about that. Also, the camera watch app works better than the remote watch, and that's kind of cool. Well, anyway, guys, hey, we're going to wrap it up. We'll catch you a little bit later on. All right, good morning, guys. Hey, this is Mr. D. We are now be testing the Insta360 X4 out on the e-bike, and that's what we're doing today. And also accompanying this camera is the awesome Insta360 Ace Pro. Now that was and is still the GoPro killer, ain't no doubt about it. It shoots 8K, ouch. And was able to find out a lot of things on the X4 yesterday, what it can do, what it can't do, all that kind of thing like that. And what it can't do is using the GPS remote by Insta360. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, it will not link 100%. It'll link and it'll operate the shutdown buttons and stuff like that, but the record buttons and the image screen will not light up. All I see is some two big large numbers, but not the image itself. So what I had to do was reset the factory settings on it, and then try it again, and that failed. And then I couldn't get it to link up with my Ace Pro, so I had to do a factory reset on the Ace Pro and then reset it up, and I got it to work on the Ace Pro. But for some reason, it just will not work with the X4. Now the smartwatch app, like if you have an Apple Watch or something like that, it works perfect. I mean, it did a really great job. There's no problems. I mean, none whatsoever. So anyway, hey, we're going to continue our ride. We're going to test this out and see how it does. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, what we're doing, guys, is running down by the lake right now. And I had the first set of that clip set at 5.7K. So one of the things you got to do is you have to check your settings when you turn your camera on to make sure that it didn't put into 5.7 or a different setting. Now I'm at 8K at 24 or 25. Now understand, these 8K files, when you're uploading them through the studio, don't get in a hurry. They're going to take quite a bit of time to render and download to your computer. It takes some time because the files are so big. And there's really no way to fix that. It's just the nature of the beast. Anybody that owns Insta360 and has to use Studio to upload their data, it's a slow process. Now with this 8K, it's even slower. But what I do is I set up to where I have the time, and I'll get down there and put it in queue, and then I'll hit the queue and I'll walk, take off or go to have lunch or something like that. And when I get back home, it's normally done. That's what I do. Also, I just hooked up to my watch up here, and it's working way better than the Insta360 GPS remote. Well, we're about ready to wrap it up on the e-bike event. Again, I have not looked at the footage, but I will a little later on today, and I'll put a note if the footage was acceptable or not acceptable. But right now, everything's working fine. I'm actually also recording on the Ace Pro at the same time. It's really cool through here, isn't it? Hi guys, hey, we're gonna wrap up the e-bike edition now. We're gonna call it quits on this. Now we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do different than we normally have in these learning together videos. And what we're gonna do is, as soon as the weather clears, we got a hurricane coming in this week. As soon as that clears out and everything is okay, then we're gonna take the X4 out on the kayak and see how it does out there. So anyway, we will be back later on. Well, hey guys, today we are going to do a little bit of bullet time. That's a fancy little corded thing you spin around your head or spin this way. It's a special setting. You got to go into your modes and find bullet time, and it'll take it to 5.7K at 120 frames a second. Now, it also stitches the beginning so your hand's not there when you're getting set up. It's really cool. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to go out at the pier at the park and do a little overheads and sideways and see how this thing works. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Hi guys, what we're gonna do now is set up for the bullet time. You turn your camera on. Now hit your mode button here in the corner and scroll over right here to bullet time. It'll set it at 5.7K at 120 frames a second. So we're going to set this up and test this out. Hey, today we're out here at the paddling center and we're going to be continuing our review of the Insta360 X4. And I wanted to test it out here on the water, but I also want to use the new dive case. Dive case came in the mail yesterday and I want to be able to use that and see how that thing works. Now there's one spot up here on Shingle Creek that has pretty clear water. Most of it's not. But this one section up here, it is, so I'll put the dive case on and we'll check that thing out. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, what we're going to do now is go ahead and hook up the dive case. I want to beseech you to make sure you keep this inside the protective bag, because these lenses scratch easy. So only thing you do is you grab it, pull it out of your bag, clean your lens on your X4, and go ahead and open this up. You can see what I'm doing here. Now I've got the moisture inserts here. I'm gonna insert those. I'm gonna hit the grass. Okay, moisture inserts are there. Let me get this turned around. Okay, again, put the moisture inserts in, and they will slide out, so you got to be careful. Get them in the slots. That's in the slot. Now pick up your camera, drop it in here. Now remember, you have to change this thing to a different mode, and then you want to go into dive case mode. The way you can do that is to hold the bottom button right here and hold it. Confirm. Okay, now the dive case is on. Now grab my selfie stick that I put in the boat. Get this all on. And making sure the camera is straight. Now I did bring a GoPro key to lock this thing down. There it is right there. To make sure it's straight. Right there. So it's straight now. And we go ahead and cinch this down. And we are there. Okay, now we're going to start recording. And I think it's that one. Video. 8K 30. Yep. It's the bottom button for the record. Now, I'm going to double check all the latches, make sure everything's good. Okay, and in we go. Now this water is not super clear. I noticed that it wants to come up, see that? Because it's airtight. So you got to keep pressure on it to get it down there. But this will be perfect for manatee and stuff like that. Let me get up out of here. I don't see any water in it. No, we're good. Back in the water. And that's it for the dive case, guys. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Hey, we are wrapping up this review on the X4 today. We are out here at Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive, and you can hear all the nature going on. I'm gonna shut up just for a second so you can hear it, and then they quit. Go figure. Anyway, today I'm gonna give you my conclusion of what I think about the Insta360 X4 camera. Now, everyone knows I've owned the X2 and the X3. I just sold my X3 so I could get the X4 and try this out shooting 8K. That's amazing stuff. Now, what I want to do, guys, is to be able to get those high quality shots that I've been trying to get, and sometimes the X3 just wasn't clear enough. whereas the X4 definitely is. I got to give it an A+ on its clarity, shooting at 8K, but I've looked at the side-by-sides of the X3 and the X4, and by far the X4 wins out without question. Now today I'm shooting with the mic adapter on the X4. I'm using the Rode Go mic system on it, so that's what audio you're hearing right now. And that's what's cool, because you can use that adapter that sets off to the side and it doesn't block or get in the way of the invisibility. Here comes a nice bird coming in. That's cool. Anyway, we're going to continue on down the drive this morning, and we'll be doing some candid shots like this, and then do a full wrap-up at the end of Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive, and we'll be ending this review. I know it's been a long one, but I think it's worth it. So, hey, we'll be back in a bit. Hi, guys. We are out at the bridge right now, and apparently there's some activity going on over in front of me here. And I just got bugs biting on me. Dang. I think I stepped into an ant's nest. Whew. That hurt. I stepped into an ant's nest there, and they took exception and started feeding on me. But it looks like another gator fest out here. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's what it is. So we're gonna get some footage of that. My foot is on fire right now. Those are fire ants, of course. But it's another gator gathering over here, and we're going to check that out. Now, I've got up the 9-foot Invisistick by Insta360 right now. And that is an excellent Invisistick. It is really cool. But I'm looking here, and yep, it's another gator gathering. So we're gonna go check that out here in a minute on the crossover bridge. So make sure that I don't step into those fire ants again. That was horrible. But anyway, hey, we'll be back in a minute. Yeah, here they come. Another nest of fire ants. Anyway, we're down here by the pump house, guys, and I stepped into another nest of fire ants like an idiot. But we did get over to the gator gathering there, and not sure if I'm gonna go all the way up or what. I think I am. I got to get out of this mess, and that's where the ants were. So I got to get this without stepping into their guys, we're going to wrap it up out here at On the Patio with Mr. D. Hey, we have spent the last about a week reviewing this camera right here. And this is the Insta360 X4. And you can see the mic setup I've got on here on the Rode. I got the mic adapter in here. And I want to give you some caution notes. If you have any one of these type of cameras, the 2, 3, 4, any one of those, lens protection is paramount. Now, I've always got the rubber ones. These are the one I like. And they work really great for me. And what I do is they always supply you with a small lens cleaner right here. And I always, before I start filming, clean the lens off before I start shooting. And then I tuck this back in long ways, or I can set it up like this and then squeeze it over the top. It protects the lenses just like that, and then we're all good to go. So, talking about the X4, guys, the X4 is a phenomenal camera. So one of the things I did find out about this camera, guys, is one, be careful. The lenses scratch extremely easy. You scratch a lens here, you have to send it in to get it repaired, and these are not cheap to do a repair on or anything else. So one, I recommend that you get the what they call that refresh program or something like that. Now I did do that on the X4 this time because I know the cost of these things is kind of ridiculous. Now I know that the cameras are not cheap, and these are not either. Now this was going to be a battle cost-wise strictly between the Pocket 3 by DJI and the X4, because I have the X3 and I just sold it, but I have the X3. So, but I wanted that 8K. I really wanted the 8K recording. So here's what happened. I started doing the research on the DJI Pocket 3, and then when I got all done with everything that I needed, it was well over $700, and I just can't justify that. I can't do it. Now I have the Pocket 2. It works great. So until the Pocket 2 breaks, I'm not changing. Now, as far as the X4 goes, it met all my expectations. Now, I did time lapse. I did all of them except for loop and live. That's the only two features I didn't test, and because I didn't need them. I tried to do live, but it wouldn't connect, and that's probably because I'm in a bad area and all that kind of stuff. I think you need to have Wi-Fi or something. I don't know, but it just wouldn't work for me. But the camera itself, now I did buy a few accessories for it. Like I said, I got the mic adapter here. I've got the Synovia lower mic adapter for the Rode Go. It also works on the Heartland mic too. Because the big you got to keep this thing in the alignment of the camera so the lenses don't pick it up. If you notice, that's why the cord is kind of tucked in, as you can see here. That's what that's for. But, you know, I really enjoyed this. At first, when I went the first day, I was all over the place with this camera. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And that just practice. Once you start working with this stuff, and the more you work with it, the better off you're going to be. So anyway, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but I hope it gave you the information for you to make a decision on which way you want to go if you're in the market for a 360 camera. So hey, we'll see you on the next one.